Hi everyone, so today we are cutting Battenberg, and I was the original creator of Battenberg soap, copied from Mr. Kipling cakes, very well known cake in the UK, and nice too. So I've got my cutter ready. And I've already halved my loaf. My loaf comes, this is really the size of my loaf, but I have to cut it in half to enable it to fit on here. So because this is a very high soap, I cut the slices narrower to try and get them so that all my slices of soap are very similar weight. Practically every soap that I make is one that I've come up with myself. They just flash into my head. I mean, I do get inspiration from other things sometimes, just a colour combination I might see somewhere, but mostly they're just all dreamed up by myself. And I know there are a lot out there that are very similar nowadays, but originally soaps didn't look like this. I did see a comment somewhere where someone had written that all soaps are copied, but they're not. They're actually not. If you look at soaps from 10 years ago, well, maybe a bit longer than that, they were very different. They were much more simple than anything you see today. Probably 15 years ago, soaps didn't even have textured tops. And I was told that by someone with a lot of knowledge, because she's been doing this a long time. But anyway, that's just one negative comment, isn't it? So they're all basically the same in this loaf. If you want to see me make it, just let me know in the comments below. And of course, the smell is just like Battenberg. It's a marzipan fragrance. Again, this is another one that's been with me since the beginning. I've been doing this now for 12 years and I've always carried this fragrance. But until I made this soap, I used to call it almond milk, and I made it in the melt and pour soap. So it's always been popular, and it's fabulously strong as well. As far as cold processed soap goes. Very occasionally I might get a customer that doesn't think the soap smells very strong. Just say one particular soap, say marshmallow, is never going to be a strong smell. And I say that cold process, you can only put so much fragrance in there before your soap batter curdles. If you want really powerful fragrance, then you need to go for the melt and pour, because that's where you're going to get the strength. But the beauty with the cold process is the gorgeous ingredients. All melt and pour that you buy does have chemicals in it, but some people make their own melt and pour, and I'm pretty sure that those ones are fairly chemical free. But I do like melt and pour soap. I like how it feels on the skin. and the fragrance is always fantastic. but I do prefer the cold process, definitely. It gives, what I like about the cold process that the melt and pour doesn't do is it gives everything a creamy background, and I just realised that I haven't made my Kenzo Amore soap for ages, and I can't remember the last time I made it in cold process, and it really creams the fragrance up. It's so beautiful. But that is for another day. Today we're doing Battenberg. And it's a pretty simple idea, putting the squares in there. You could do it with rounds if you wanted to, instead of squares. Obviously not Battenberg, you'd be making something else, but and I've ended up with well, we'll say that's 3 samples, but I cut them in half, and that's a sample. Half of one of those is a good size sample to go in anybody's order. So they'll just go to one side to dry out a little. I'll cut them in half, wrap them, put a label on them, and then when you order, you'll probably get one in your order. Obviously depending what I have available at any one time. And now we're just going to trim these up with a potato peeler. It just neatens them up. You know, the good thing about a wire cutter is it is neater than using a knife. I know I used a knife for years, but I realised that wire cutters are definitely better for soap. And coming up, we're going to do 12 days to Christmas. It's not the 12 days of Christmas, it's going to be 12 days to Christmas, because I think the 12 days of Christmas, I know I should know this, I think it starts on Christmas Day, and that's day 1. And then day 2 is Boxing Day, and so on and so on. Well, Christmas is over, basically, and you're doing Christmas videos, so we're going to do the 12 days to Christmas. So we're going to have a small video, a little treat every day, and the last one will be on Christmas Day. So if you look out for that, I've been uploading a few videos that we can use for our 12 days to Christmas series. And I'm having a bit of trouble. I made a Christmas intro, and I don't know if this is why, but I seem to be having a little bit of trouble since they removed YouTube Editor from YouTube. I've been using iMovie. Now iMovie, to join videos together and then upload them to YouTube, it seems to take all day. Where it was so quick on YouTube. I wish they'd bring Editor back, but I don't know if it's this intro that I've made. I mean, I have paid for it, so, and it does say you can use it on YouTube, but I don't understand why it won't upload. I've tried 6 times now over the past few days to try and upload this video with the intro, and it just won't work. I don't know if it's something else and not that. So if anybody knows anything about that, let me know. So I don't press on very much at all when I'm doing this. I just lightly take the corners off. Again, it just tidies it up. Makes it look so much neater.